All right, hello everyone, and we're back with our newest video in the Elkhart County Historical Museum Collections bracket. So we're going to announce the winner of the last video's matchup, which was between Speedy Alka-Seltzer and Woolly Mammoth. It was actually really close, and there was one vote that the difference between the two. So moving on is Speedy Alka-Seltzer. I know a lot of people are upset. They want to see the Tusk move on, but unfortunately, Speedy's moving on to the Elite Eight to see who will go up against the winner of today's matchup, which is another really great close matchup. A playbill from Charles Gordon's No Place to Be Somebody versus the Napanee Dutch Kitchenet. So let's talk about both of them. So first we have the playbill right here. So you can see on the front it says No Place to Be Somebody, and we open it up and we can see that Charles Gordon was the writer as well as the director. So who is Charles Gordon? Well, Charles Gordon wrote this play and he was born in Cleveland, and at the age of 5 he came to Elkhart. He went through schooling here. He went to Elkhart High School. When he graduated, he went to California and eventually earned a bachelor's degree in drama. The interesting thing, or the important thing that we want to point out, is Charles Gordon was African American. When he was studying drama, he was the only African American in his class. So he graduates from a school in California, and then in the mid-1950s goes to New York to insert himself in the theater scene. And during his time acting and writing in New York, he does productions right alongside famous actors like James Earl Jones, Cicely Tyson, Louis Gossett Jr., and even the poet Maya Angelou. So in the mid-1960s, he begins to write this play, No Place to Be Somebody, which is a kind of a biographical play about his time as a bartender in Greenwich Village. So it debuts in 1969 as an off-Broadway production. And not only was it a play that he used to kind of tell his story of a number of different people, Gordon also used No Place to Be Somebody as an avenue for people of color to get main roles, which was something Gordon struggled with and something he tried to advocate for, people of color getting main roles in productions, whether it was on stage or on TV or in the movies. And the important thing is that this play goes on in 1969 to win the Pulitzer Prize. And that was important for two main reasons. First, Charles Gordon was the first African American to win the Pulitzer for drama. And secondly, No Place to Be Somebody was the first off-Broadway production to win the Pulitzer Prize. So it was two firsts when it won the Pulitzer. And then Gordon would go on to do a number of different things. And he's really seen in terms of acting and theater to be a kind of a leader in the civil rights movement, because he's producing all these works and plays and advocating for more roles for people of color right in the middle of the civil rights movement. So he's one of the leaders in a specific area in terms of stage and screen. So No Place to Be Somebody is going up against the Nappanee Dutch Kitchenet. Some people would call this a Hoosier cabinet. The specific model was the Nappanee Dutch Kitchenet. It's made in two separate pieces that were held together. The top part was cabinets, and more importantly, if we open it up here, you can see there's a container for flour as well, so for baking. And then there is a enamel or porcelain top here, and I'll talk about why that was important in a second. And then in the bottom, there's more storage areas for drawers. And some of these could be modified, and you can see sometimes you see that's where bread baskets and things and other materials could go. So the reason Hoosier cabinets were important in the history of our country and really the world is they revolutionized the science of the kitchen. Pots and pans and preparation materials for the first time in kitchens using Hoosier cabinets and Dutch kitchenettes were together all in one area. Before that, kitchens didn't have cabinets like this. They had pantries, so you'd have to go from numerous places to get all your materials. And the other thing is, Dutch kitchenettes and Hoosier cabinets were much more sanitary, mostly because of this enamel and porcelain top, so you could prepare all your food. In some instances, these pull out, and they would have detached legs so they could stand as they're pulled out as well. Now, this particular model is important because of a study that the United States government did. Actually, they formed a committee known as the Committee on the Elimination of Waste in Industry, and part of the study that committee put out was efficiency, and they used a Dutch kitchenette like this to study the efficiency of homemaking. So what they did is they counted the number of steps a homemaker would do in a day preparing meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a kitchen. So the study came out and said without a Dutch kitchenette, a person would take 2,113 steps. With the Dutch kitchenette, a person would take 521 steps. So that is over a 75% decrease in steps. So it really speaks to how efficient using Hoosier cabinets were. And that's after that study came out, the Dutch kitchenette, which was used in the study, skyrocketed in sales and became really popular for the Coppes-Nappanee and all the other numbers of different companies that made Hoosier cabinets throughout Indiana. So it's another interesting kind of part of our history that we have in our county that not many people know about, but it's kind of revolutionized the way we do things in our kitchens. So today we have a pretty good matchup. We have a Pulitzer Prize-winning play created by someone who lived in Elkhart and spent their formative years here versus a piece of equipment that revolutionizes the kitchen and something we use every day. So what we're going to do, like we've done in the past, we're going to put the poll up. We're going to have people vote. And the change, as I said before we post the next video, we're going to announce the winner. So we're not going to do it in the videos anymore, but we're going to announce it just shortly before we debut the next video. So you'll still have the same amount of time to vote. So as we said, look at these, watch the video. Hopefully you're learning a lot and you're going to be able to cast your vote and see which one of these win. So hope everyone's practicing social distancing and keeping clean and keeping safe and keeping healthy. So that's it for now. We can't wait to see who wins, and we'll see you next time.